Have you ever wondered why some businesses seem to effortlessly dominate their market while others, despite working incredibly hard, just can't seem to break through? Most people chalk it up to pure luck or just grinding harder. But that's not the real story. The truth is, the winners aren't just working harder. They're working smarter by controlling the game itself. They control the story, they control the channels, and they control the systems. If you don't have this control stack, you're constantly reacting to the market. But with it, you're the one orchestrating everything. Let's break down what's really happening. Here's a hard truth. Effort and talent alone are not enough to create real leverage. True power, the kind that gives you outsized results, comes from control. This is what I call the control stack, and it has three critical layers. First is the narrative. This is the story you tell about your product, your company, and even yourself. It's what shapes perception. Second is distribution. These are the channels you use to get your narrative out into the world and in front of the right people. Third is infrastructure. These are the systems and processes that make your narrative and distribution repeatable, durable, and scalable. When you master all three of these layers and get them working together, you create a system where small, smart inputs generate massive outcomes. But if you ignore even one of these layers, you're leaving a huge amount of leverage on the table. This isn't just some abstract business theory. It's a structural reality of how success is built today. The founders, operators, and creators who understand this are the ones who consistently win. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how they do it. Let's start with the first layer, narrative. Your narrative is what controls perception and ultimately behavior. It's the framework through which people interpret the facts you present. This is why a powerful story always beats a list of features in every successful product launch. A great story connects emotionally and makes your offering feel essential. Think about Slack. They were far from the first team chat tool on the market. There were plenty of others. But their narrative was brilliant. Your team's communication, simplified. It wasn't about features like file sharing or integrations. It was about solving a universal pain point for every team out there. That simple, powerful story positions Slack as an essential tool for modern work, not just another optional piece of software. Your story is what determines who pays attention to you, who decides to buy from you, and who becomes a passionate advocate for your brand. Without a clear, compelling narrative, even a superior product can get lost in the noise and ultimately fail. So, once you have your story straight, what's next? You need to get it out there. That brings us to the second layer, distribution. Distribution is how you scale your influence. It's the set of channels you use to deliver your narrative to your target audience, building attention, authority, and driving adoption. The key here is to control your channels as much as possible. When you control the channel, you control your reach. A perfect example of this is Elon Musk. He uses his Twitter account, now X, as a direct-to-consumer distribution channel. He bypasses traditional media to amplify Tesla's narrative about sustainable energy and cutting-edge technology directly to millions of followers. On a different scale, think about indie creators on platforms like YouTube or LinkedIn. They build and own their audience, allowing them to dominate specific niches without needing a massive marketing budget. Your distribution channels are force multipliers for your narrative. You could have the most incredible story in the world, but if nobody hears it, it effectively doesn't exist. The best narrative will die in silence without a powerful distribution strategy to carry it. Now for the third and often most overlooked layer, infrastructure. This is what transforms your efforts from one-off wins into a compounding advantage. Infrastructure consists of the systems, processes, and technology that allow your narrative and distribution to operate consistently and at scale. This includes things like automated workflows, scalable tech platforms, repeatable content creation processes, and feedback loops that help you improve over time. Let's go back to Tesla. Their narrative is powerful, and their distribution is direct, but it's their infrastructure that makes it all work. Their advanced manufacturing plants, their global supercharger network, and their vehicle delivery systems are all designed to scale with demand. This infrastructure ensures that the promise made by the narrative can actually be delivered, reinforcing the brand's credibility, or consider a successful YouTube creator. They don't just randomly upload videos. They have a content pipeline, a research process, a script writing template, an editing workflow, and a consistent publishing schedule. This infrastructure is what allows them to produce high-quality content week after week, turning their channel into a long-term, valuable asset. Without solid infrastructure, you're stuck in a cycle of manual effort, unable to turn your short-term successes into lasting, durable leverage. The real magic happens when you align all three layers of the control stack. This is where you unlock exponential leverage. The layers must feed into each other in a continuous cycle. Your narrative should inform what kind of distribution channels you build. Your distribution channels should provide data and feedback that help you validate and improve your infrastructure. And your robust infrastructure should free up resources, allowing you to experiment with and evolve your narrative even further. Let's look at the ultimate example, Netflix. Their narrative is simple and powerful. Entertainment for everyone. Anytime, anywhere, their distribution is a global streaming platform that reaches hundreds of millions of households. Directly a channel they own completely. And their infrastructure is a technological marvel. It includes a world-class recommendation engine that keeps you watching, a global cloud system that ensures smooth streaming, and a massive content production pipeline that constantly feeds the platform with new things to watch. This perfect alignment of narrative, distribution, and infrastructure is what led to their absolute domination of the entertainment market. When these three elements work in harmony, you create a flywheel effect that becomes nearly impossible for competitors to stop. So, what's the takeaway for you as an operator, a founder, or a creator? It's time to evaluate your own control stack. Start by asking yourself some honest questions. For your narrative, is your story clear? Is it persuasive? And does it truly differentiate you from everyone else? For your distribution, are you in control of your channels, or are you completely dependent on algorithms or platforms you don't own? Are you building a direct relationship with your audience? And for your infrastructure, do your systems and processes amplify your efforts, or do they create bottlenecks that limit your growth? I want you to take one immediate action this week. Identify the weakest layer in your stack and take a concrete step to fix it. That could mean automating a repetitive workflow to strengthen your infrastructure. It could mean launching a newsletter or a new social channel that you own to improve your distribution. Or it could mean spending a few hours to really refine and clarify your core story, your narrative. Don't try to boil the ocean. Just pick one thing and do it. Remember, true, sustainable leverage isn't found in just working more hours. It's found in building control, creating alignment between your story, your channels, and your systems, and designing them for scale. In our next video, we're going to dive deeper into that third layer, infrastructure. I'll show you exactly how to build the systems that turn your control stack into an unstoppable source of leverage for your business or your career. If you're serious about scaling your impact beyond the number of hours you can personally work, you won't want to miss it. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.